we hope you join us for our next two shows, Heather's the Musical Teen Edition. Leave Your Mark, both shows in December. You can't miss them. Check out theaterinc.net. Now, many of you have probably heard me talk about this before in terms of how Theater Inc. operates. Well, it's pretty simple. We are what we like to consider a self-sufficient program, but we don't do it all ourselves by any means. So the district does pay for the salaries of our teaching staff, and our incredible teaching staff. We teach technical theater, different levels of acting, costumes, hair, makeup, props, sounds, lots of sounds. Wham, you name it, and we're very grateful to have that. They also supply stipends to pay for outside and inside directors, advisors, and that sort of thing. But other than that, the way we pay for this program, for everything that we do, three major sources of revenue. One, you. Without you supporting us, ticket sales. You come into all our shows, that is our big source of revenue, and that's the most meaningful because you get to see our students work both on and off stage. The second, we get some donations from folks. And then a big source of our revenue is our lead sponsorships. Now, if you go through the program, you can see all of these businesses that support the arts. Now, this wouldn't even happen if we didn't have this incredible parent and guardian support system, our Theater Arts Opportunity Committee, who goes out to these businesses and gets them to support us. So, again, as I said, without those businesses and those three sources of revenue, Theater Inc. could not produce, or rather provide, the 11+ experiences for students to be part of both on and off stage. So we have a few of our lead sponsors here tonight. So if you want to take a class, it's so many different things. You got to check it out. Newton Community Education. There you go. I'm feeling hungry. So where do I go for a little sandwich? Not a little sandwich, an awesome sandwich. Yeah, that's right. Judith's Kitchen. My daughter's a dancer, and where does she dance? Creative Steps. So there it is. And as always, I always feel so grateful that we get to do this. We get to do this. So many other places don't have that opportunity. It's such an important piece. And the arts and education, whether it's music, dance, visual art, theater, these are such important experiences for our students. And yes, they are a total game changer for all of us. Turn off all electronic devices, and the taking of any kind of photography or video is prohibited. And without further ado, Arthur Miller's The Crucible.
Out of here!
My baby's not gonna die!
Out of my sight! Out! Get out of here! Get out of here!
Oh my God! God help me! Betty, child, dear child, will you wake? Will you open up your eyes? Betty, little one!
Uncle, Susanna Walcott's here from Dr. Griggs.
The doctor? Let her come, let her come.
Come in, Susanna.
What does the doctor say, child?
Dr. Griggs, he bid me come and tell you, Reverend Sir, that he cannot discover no medicine for it in his books.
Then he must search on.
Aye, sir. He has been searching his books since he left you, sir. But He bid me tell you that you might look to unnatural things for the cause of it, sir.
No, there be no unnatural causes here. Tell him I have sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and Mr. Hale will surely confirm that. Let him look to medicine, and put out all thoughts of unnatural causes here. There be none.
Aye, sir. He bid me tell you.
Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home, and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I pray for her.
Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about. I think it's best you go down and deny it yourself. The parlor's packed with people. Sir, I'll sit with her.
And what shall I say to them? That my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing, like heathen in the forest.
Uncle, we did dance. Let you tell them I confessed it. But they're speaking of witchcraft. Betty's not witch.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when I know you have not opened with me. What did you do with her in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle. And when you leaped out of the bush so suddenly, Betty was frightened, and then she fainted. And there's the whole...
Child, sit you down.
I would never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Now look you, child. I have no desire to punish you. That will come in its time. But if you trafficked with spirits in the forest, I must know it. For surely my enemies will, and they'll ruin me with it.
But we never conjured spirits.
And why can she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate. Abby, it must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Do you understand that I have many enemies?
I know it, Uncle.
There is a faction that is sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, my own household is discovered to be the center of some obscene practice. Abominations are done in the forest.
Uncle.
I saw Chichuba waving her arms over the fire when I came on you. Why was she doing that? And I heard a screeching and gibberish coming from her mouth.
She always sings her magic songs, and we dance.
Abigail, I cannot blink what I saw, for my enemies will not blink it. I saw a dress lying in the grass.
A dress?
Aye, a dress. And I thought I saw someone naked running through the trees.
No one was naked. You mistake yourself, Uncle.
I saw it. Now tell me true, Abigail. Now my ministry is at stake. My ministry, and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abominations you have done there, give me all of it now, for I dare not be taken unaware when I go before them down there.
There is nothing more. I swear it, Uncle.
Abigail, I have fought here 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me. And now, just now, where there must be some good respect for me in the parish, you compromise my very character. I have given you a home, child. I have put clothes upon your back. Now give me upright answer. Your name in the town. It is entirely right, is it not?
Why, I am sure it is, sir. There be no blush about my name.
Is there any other cause than you have told me for Goody Proctor discharged you? It has troubled me that you are now 7 months out of their house, and in all that time, no other family has ever called.
I already told you. There is nothing more.
No, I cannot have anyone. Goody Putnam, come in.
It is a marvel. It is surely a stroke of hell upon you.
No, Goody Putnam, it's not.
How high did you fly? How high?
No, she never flew.
Why, it's sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over Ingersoll's barn and come down light as a feather, he says.
Now look you, Goody Putnam, she never. Good morning, Mr. Putnam.
It's a providence this thing is out now. A providence!
What's out, sir? What's...
Her eyes is closed. Look you, Anne.
Why, that's strange. Ours is open.
Your little Ruth is sick?
I'd not call it sick. The devil's touch. It's more than sick. It's death, you know. It's death. Dragging into them, forked and hooked.
Pray not. Why, how does your child ail?
Why, she ails as she must. She never wakes this morning, but her eyes open, and she hears not, sees not, and cannot eat. Her soul is taken, surely.
They say you sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly?
A precaution only. Mr. Hale has much experience in all demonic arts, and I...
He has, indeed, and found a witch in Beverly last year, and let you remember that.
Now, Goody Ann, they only thought that were a witch, and I am certain there be no element of witchcraft here.
No, witchcraft. Now look you, Mr. Paris.
Thomas, I pray you, leap not to witchcraft. I know you least of all, Thomas, would ever wish so disastrous a charge laid upon you. We cannot leap to witchcraft. They would howl me out of Salem for such corruption in my house.
Now look you, Mr. Paris. I have taken your part in all contention here, and I would continue to do so, but I cannot if you hold back in this. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
Thomas, you
And
cannot...
remind Mr. Paris of what you've done.
Reverend Paris, I await 7 babies unbaptized in the earth. Believe me, sir, you never saw more hardy babies born. And yet, each would wither in my arms the night of their birth, and I have spoken nothing, but my heart has clamored intimations. And now, this year, my only, Ruth, I see her growing strange. A secret child whose cocosphere, as though some shriveling mouth was sucking on her life. And so I thought to send her to your Tituba.
Tituba? What may Tituba?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
Goody Ann, it is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I take it on my soul. For who else may tell us what person murdered my baby?
Woman!
They were murdered, Mr. Paris. And mark this is proof. Mark it. Last night, my Ruth were ever so close to their little spirits. For how else is she struck dumb now except some powerful sign of darkness? It is a marvelous sign, Mr. Paris.
Don't you understand it, sir? There is a murdering witch among us bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will, but you can blink it no more.
Then you were conjuring spirits last night.
Not I, sir. Not I. Tituba and Ruth!
Now I am undone.
No, you are not undone. Let you take hold here. Wait for no one to charge you and declare for yourself. You have discovered witchcraft.
In my house? In my house, Thomas. They will topple in with this. They'll make of it.
Your pardon, sir. I only thought to see how Betty is.
Why aren't you at home? Who's with Ruth?
Her grandma come. She's improved a little. I think she gave a powerful sneeze before. Ah, a sign of life! I'd fear no more could he cut a work grand sneeze. Another like it would shake her wits together, I'm sure.
Will you leave me now, Thomas? I would pray a while, alone.
Uncle, you've prayed since midnight. Why do you not go down
No. I'll wait till Mr. Hale arrives.
Now look you, Mr. Paris, let you strike out against the devil and the village will bless you for it. Come down, speak with them, pray with them. They're thirsting for your word, mister. Surely you'll pray with them.
I have no stomach for disputation this morning. I will lead them in a song, but let you speak nothing of witchcraft. I will not discuss it. The cause is yet unknown. I've had enough contention since I came. I want no more.
Ruth, you go home to Ruth. You go home to Ruth, do you hear? Hi, Mom.
If she starts through the window, cry for me at once.
Yes, Uncle.
There is a terrible power in her arms today.
How is Ruth sick?
Weirdest, I don't know. She seems to have like a dead one since last night.
Betty! Betty, wake up! Betty, no, stop this!
Have you tried feeding her? I gave Ruth a good one, seemed to wake her for a minute. Here, let me have her.
No! He'll be coming up. Now look you, if they be questioning us, tell them we danced. I told him as much already.
And what more?
He saw you naked. What do we do? The whole village is out!
What do we do?
I just come from the farm. The whole country's talking witchcraft. They'll be calling us witches, Abby.
They'll be calling us witches, Abby. She means to tell, I know it.
Abby, we've got to tell witchery is a hanging air. A hanging like they done in Boston 2 years ago. Abby, you'll only be whipped for dancing and the other things. We'll be whipped. I never done none of it, Abby. I only loved.
So you're a great one for looking, aren't you, Mary Warren?
Betty. Now, Betty, dear, wake up now. It's Abigail. I'll beat you, Betty! You seem improving. I talked to your papa and I told him everything, so there's nothing to— I want my mama! What ails you, Betty? Your mama's dead and buried. I'll go to mama. Let me blood! I told him everything he knows now. You drank blood, Abby! You drank blood! Betty, you will never say that again. You will never. You did! You did! You drank a charge to kill John Proctor's wife! You drank a charge to kill— Shut it! Don't shut it! Mama! Mama! Now look you. All of you. We danced. And Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters. And that is all. And mark this. Let either of you breathe a word or the edge of a word about the other things.
Only.
And I will come to you in the black of some terrible night. And I will bring a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. And you know I can do it. I saw my dear parents' heads get smashed against the pillow next to mine. And I have seen some ghoulish work done at night.
and make you wish you had never seen the sun go down.
Now you sit up and stop this, Father! I was just going home, Mr. Proctor.
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you leave the house today, did I not? Why shall I pay you? I'm looking for you more than my cows.
I only come to see the great doings in this world.
I'll show you a great doing on yours one of these days. Now get you home. My wife's waiting with your work.
I best be off. Have my roof to watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor.
She's only gone silly somehow. She'll come out of it.
So she flies, eh? Where are her wings?
Oh, John, sure you're not believing she flies.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's mumbling witchcraft.
Oh, gosh. We were dancing in the woods last night and my uncle leaped in on us. She took fright is all.
Dancing by moonlight. You'll be clapped in the stocks before you're 20.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
No, Abby. I've not come for that.
You've come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly. I know you better.
I come to see what mischief your uncle's brewing them. Put it out of mind, Abby.
John, I am waiting for you every
Put
night.
it out of mind, Abby.
You're
I'll not be coming for you no more.
You're surely sporting with
You
me.
know me better.
I know how you clutched my back behind your house and sweated like a stallion whenever I come near. I saw your face when she put me out. You loved me then and you do now.
Abby, that's a wild thing to say.
A wild thing may say wild things. I have seen you since she put me out. I have seen you nights.
I've hardly stepped off my farm this 7 months.
I have a sense for heat, John, and yours has drawn me to my window. Do you tell me you've never looked up at my window?
Perhaps I have.
I know you, John. I know you. I cannot sleep or dream in. I cannot dream, but I wake and walk about the house as though I find you coming through some door.
Child.
How do you call me child?
Abby! I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I'll ever think of you again. Put it out of mind, Abby. We never touched.
I believe that.
But we did not.
I marvel how such a strong man may let such a sickly wife
You
be.
speak nothing of Elizabeth.
She is ruining my name in the village. She is telling lies about me. She is a cold, sniveling woman, and
Do you look for a whipping?
I look for John Proctor, who put knowledge in my heart. I never knew what pretense Salem was. I never knew the lying lessons I was taught by all these Christian women and their covenanted men. And now you bid me tear the light out of my eyes? I will not, I cannot. You loved me, John Proctor, and whatever sin it is, you love me, yes. John, pity me, pity me.
Before the prestigious sign.
My mother told me that. Looking up bears in the name of the Lord.
Rebecca, come here, we are lost. We suddenly cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. There is hard sickness here, Giles Corey, so please to keep the quiet.
I have not said a word. No one here can testify that I have said a word. Is she going to fly again?
Oh, men, be quiet now.
What have you done?
Pray! Calm yourself.
I have 11 children, and I'm 26 times a grandma, and I see them through their soul seasons. And when it come on them, they will run the devil bow-legged, keeping up with their mischief. I think she'll wait when she tires of it. A child's spirit is like a child. You cannot catch it by running after it. You must stand still. And for love, soon shall come back.
That's the truth of it, Rebecca.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My roof is bewildered. Rebecca, she cannot eat.
Perhaps she's got hunger yet. Mr. Paris, I hope
A wide opinion is running in the parish that the devil may be among us, and I would satisfy them that they are wrong.
Then let you come out and call them wrong. Are you our minister here, or Mr. Hale? Did you consult the wardens of the church before you called this minister to look for devils?
He's not coming to look for
Then
devils.
what's he coming for?
There be children dying in the village, mister.
I see none dying.
John, be calm. Mr. Paris, I think you'd best send Reverend Hale back as soon as he comes. He's only have us arguing again in the society, and we thought to have peace this year. I think we ought rely on Dr. Griggs now and good prayer.
Rebecca, the doctor's back. If so he is, then let us go to God for the cause of it.
There is prodigious danger in the seeking of those spirits. I fear it. I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves.
Rebecca, how may we blame ourselves? I am one of 9 sons, the Putnam seed and people of this province, and yet I am left with one of 8 children, and now she is shriveled.
I cannot fathom it.
You think it's God's work that you should lose neither a grandchild nor a child, either an eye, very all but one?
When Mr. Hale arrives, we'll proceed to look for all signs of witchcraft here, Mr. Paris.
You cannot command Mr. Paris. We vote by name in the society, not acreage.
Oh, is that so, Mr. Proctor? I don't think I've seen you so concerned on this society. I don't think I've seen you at Sabbath meeting now since snow flew.
I have trouble enough without I come 5 miles to hear him preach nothing but hellfire and bloody damnation. There are many others who stay away from the church nowadays because he hardly ever mentions God anymore.
No, that's a drastic charge.
So much true. There are many that quail to bring their children.
I do not preach for children, Rebecca. It is not the children who are unmindful of their obligations toward this ministry. Where is my wood? My contract provides that I be supplied with all of my firewood. I have been waiting since November for a stick, and even in November, I had to show my frost-bitten hands like some London beggar.
You are allowed £6 a year to buy your wood, Mr. Paris.
I am paid little enough without I spend £6 on firewood. The salary is £66, Mr. Proctor. I am not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I am a graduate of Harvard College.
And well instructed in mathematics.
Mr. Corey, you will look far for a man of my kind at £60 a year. I am not used to this poverty. I left a thrifty business in the Barbados to serve the Lord. I do not fathom it. Why am I persecuted here? I cannot offer one proposition, but there be a howling riot of argument. I have often wondered if the devil be in it somewhere. I cannot understand people otherwise.
Mr. Paris, you were the first minister ever did demand the deed to this house.
I am your 3rd preacher in 7 years. I do not wish to be put out like the cat whenever some majority feels the whim. You people seem not to comprehend that a minister is the Lord's man in the parish. A minister is not to be so lightly crossed and contradicted. There is either obedience or the church will burn like hell is burning.
Can you speak 1 minute without we land in hell again? I am sick of hell.
It's not for you to say what's good for you to hear.
I may speak my heart, I think.
What are we, Quakers? We are not Quakers here yet, Mr. Proctor, and you may tell that to your followers.
My followers.
I'm not blind. There is a party in this church. There is a faction in the party.
Against you.
Against him in all authority.
Why? Then I must find it and join it.
He does not mean that.
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I like not the smell of this authority. I have crop to sow and lumber to drag home. What say you, Giles? Let's find that party. He says there's a party.
I've changed my opinion about this man. Mr. Paris, I beg your pardon. I never knew you had so much irony in you.
Why, thank you, Giles.
It's unjust to the mind with the trouble of being among us all these years. Think on me. Wherefore is everybody suing everybody else? I am 6 times in court this year.
Is it the devil's fault that a man cannot say you good morning without you clap him for defamation? You're old, Giles, and you're not hearing as well as you did.
John Proctor, I only last month collected £4 damages for you publicly saying I burned your body.
I never said no such thing. But I paid you for it, so I hope I can call you deaf without charge. Now come along and help me drag my lumber home.
I'll be damned first.
A moment, Mr. Proctor. What lumber's that you think you're dragging home, if I may ask?
My lumber. From out my forest by the riverside.
What anarchy is this? It's clear that tract is in my bounds, Mr. Proctor. My bounds!
In your bounds. I bought that tract off Goody Nurse's husband 5 months
And he
ago.
had no right to sell it. It stands clear in my grandfather's will that the land between the river and the
My
highway.
grandfather had a habit of putting away land that never belonged to him, if I may say it plain.
God's truth nearly rode my north pasture, but he knew I'd break his fingers if he set his name to it. Come on, John. I'm feeling a sudden will to work coming on.
You so much think of loading one oak of mine and you'll fight to drag it home, Corey.
Aye, and we went to Putnam, this fool and I. Come on.
I'll have my men on you. I'll clap a writ on you, Corey.
Pray you, someone take these.
Mr. Hale, good to see you again. My, these are heavy.
Well, they must be. They're weighted with authority.
Well, you do come prepared.
We shall need hard study if it comes to tracking down the old boy. You cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know?
Well, it's strange how I knew you, but I suppose you look as a good soul shouldn't. We've all heard of your great charities in Beverly.
Do you know this gentleman? Mr. Thomas Putnam and his good wife Anne.
Putnam, I'd not expected such distinguished company, sir.
It does not seem to help us today, Mr. Hale. We look for you to come to our home and save our child.
Your child ails too.
Her soul, she was flown away. She sleeps and yet she walks.
She cannot eat.
And cannot eat. Do you then also have afflicted children?
No, these are farmers. John Proctor.
You don't believe in witches.
I never spoke on witches, one way or the other. Will you come, Giles?
No. No, John, I think not. I have some few queer questions of my own to ask this fellow.
I've heard you're a sensible man, Mr. Hale. I pray you'll leave some of it in safe.
Will you look at my daughter, sir? She has tried to leap out the window, and we discovered her this morning on the highway, waving her arms as though she'd fly.
Tries to fly.
She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name, Mr. Hale. That's surely a sign of witchcraft afloat.
No, let me instruct you. We cannot look to superstition in this. The devil is precise. The marks of his presence are definite as stone, and we must not look to superstition, and we cannot judge nothing beforehand. And I must tell you all that I shall not proceed unless you are prepared to believe me if I should find no trace of hell in this.
It is agreed, sir. It is agreed. We will abide by your judgment.
Good then. What were your first warnings of the strangeness?
Why, I discovered her, my niece Abigail, and 10 or 12 of the other girls dancing in the forest last night.
You permit dancing?
No, it were secrets.
Tituba has knowledge of conjuring, sir.
Now, we cannot be sure of that, Goody Ann.
I am sure of it, sir. I sent my room. She should learn from Tituba, who murdered her sisters.
Goody Ann, you sent a child to conjure up the dead?
Let God blame me, not you, Rebecca. I'll not have you judging me anymore. Mr. Hale, is it a natural work to lose 7 children before they live a day?
7 dead in childbirth?
Aye.
What book is that?
What's there, sir?
This is all the invisible world, caught, defined, and calculated. In these books, the devil stands stripped of all his brute disguises. Here you have all your familiar spirits, your incubi, your succubi, your witches that go by land, by air, by sea, your wizards of the night and of the day, and have no fear now. We shall find him out if the devil has come among us, and I mean to crush him utterly if he has shown his face.
Will it hurt the child?
I cannot tell. If she's truly in the devil's grasp, we may have to rip and tear to get her free.
I think I'll go then. I am too old for this.
Why, Rebecca, you may open up the boil of all our troubles today.
Let us hope for that. I go to God for you, sir.
I hope you do not mean that we go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Come now, Mr. Hale. Sit you here. Let's get on.
Say, Mr. Hale, I've always wanted to ask a learned man, what signifies the reading of strange books?
What books?
I cannot tell. She hides them.
Who does this?
Martha, my wife. I waked at night many times to find her in the corner reading of a book. Now, what do you make of that?
Why, that's not necessarily
It
about-
discomfits me. Mark this, last night I tried and could not say my prayers until she closed her book, went out of the house, and suddenly, mark this, I could pray again.
The stoppage of prayer, that is strange. I should like to speak further on that with you.
Now, I'm not saying she's touched the devil, but I'd admire to know what book she's reading and why she hides them. She won't answer me, you see?
I will discuss it now. Mark me, if the devil is in her, you will witness some frightful wonders in this room. So, please, sir, to keep your wits about you. Now, Putnam, stand close in case she flies. Betty, dear, will you sit up? Can you hear me? I am Reverend John Hale, a minister of Beverly. I've come to help you, dear. Do you remember my 2 little girls in Beverly?
How could it be the devil? Why would he choose my house to strike?
Well, what victory would the devil have to win a soul already had? It's the best the devil wants, and who's better than the minister?
That's deep. Mr. Harris. Deep.
Does someone afflict you, child? It need not be a woman, mark you, or a man. Perhaps some bird, invisible to others, comes to you. Perhaps a pig or any beast at all. What figure bids you fly? In nomine Domini Sabaoth sui filique ite ad infernos. Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing with her in the forest?
Why, common dancing is all.
I think I ought to say that I saw a kettle in the grass where they were dancing.
That were only soup.
Soup? What sort of soup were in this kettle, Abigail?
Why, it were beans and lentils, I think.
Mr. Paris, did you notice, did you, anything living in the kettle? A mouse, perhaps, a spider, a frog?
That frog jumped in. We never put it in.
A frog, Abby!
We never put it in.
Abigail, it may be your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
I never called him. Tituba called him.
She called the devil!
I should like to speak with Tituba.
Goody Ann, will you bring her up?
How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke magic.
Did you notice any strangeness when she called him? A sudden cold wind, perhaps, a trembling of the ground?
I didn't see no devil. Betty, wake up! Betty!
Abigail, you could not have made me. Did your cousin drink any of the brew in that kettle?
She never drank it.
Did you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Tituba ask you to drink it?
She tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
I never sold myself. I'm a good girl. I did drink of the kettle. She made me do it. She made Betty do it. Elby! She makes me drink blood.
Blood!
My baby blood?
No! I can't see chicken blood. Woman, have you enlisted these children for the devil?
No, sir, I do not talk with the devil.
Then why can she not wake? Are you silencing this child?
I love my Betty.
You have sent your spirit on this child, have you not? Are you gathering souls for the devil?
She sent her spirit on me in church. She makes me laugh at prayer.
You often laugh at prayer.
She comes to me every night to go and drink blood.
You begged me to conjure Abby. She begged me.
I'll tell you something. She comes to me while I sleep. She's always making me drink corruptions.
Abby!
Sometimes I wake and find myself standing in the open doorway and not a stitch on my body. I always hear her laughing in my sleep. I hear her singing her magic songs and tempting me
Tituba,
with
I
her
want you to wake this child.
I have no power on this child.
You most certainly do, and you will lose her from it now. When did you compact with the devil?
I don't compact with no devil.
You will confess yourself, or I will take you out and I will whip you to your death, Tituba.
She must be hanged. This woman must be taken and hanged.
Don't hang Tituba. I tell him I don't desire to work for him, sir.
Who? The devil? Now, Tituba, I know that when we bind ourselves to hell, it's very hard to break free of it entirely, but we're going to help you break free. You would be a good Christian woman, would you not, Tituba?
I, sir, a good Christian woman.
And you love these little children.
Oh, I don't desire to hurt little children.
And you love God.
I love God with all my being.
Now, in God's holy name,
Bless him,
and to his glory,
eternal glory. Bless him, bless God.
now, open yourself, Tituba. Open yourself and let God's holy light shine on you.
Oh, bless the Lord.
Now, Tituba, when the devil came to you, did he ever come with another person? Perhaps someone from the village, someone you know.
Who came with him?
Was it Sarah Good? Did you see Sarah Good with him? Or Osborne?
Was it man or woman came with him?
Was woman.
You said woman? What woman?
It was black, dark eyes.
You could see him. Why did you not see her?
Well, they was always talking. They was always running around and carrying on.
You mean them Salem witches?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
Tituba, you must have no fear to tell us who they are. We will protect you. The devil can never overcome a minister. You know that, do you not?
I, sir. Oh, I do.
You have confessed yourself to witchcraft, and that speaks a wish to come to heaven's side, and we will bless you, Tituba.
Oh, bless you, Mr. Head.
You are God's instrument, placed in our hands to help us discover the devil's agents among us. You are selected, Tituba. You are chosen to help us cleanse our villages, so speak utterly, Tituba. Turn your back on him and face God. Face God, Tituba, and God will protect you.
Oh, God, protect Tituba.
How many came with the devil? 2, 3, 4, how many?
4. There's 4.
Who? Their names. Their names.
Oh, how many times have been me kill you, Mr. Paris?
Kill me.
He said Mr. Paris must be killed. Mr. Paris no goodly man. Mr. Paris mean man. Mr. Paris no gentle man. He bid me rise up out of my bed and cut your throat. I tell him no. I don't hate that man. I don't want to kill that man. But he say you work for me, Juba. I make you free. I give you pretty dress to wear, but you hide up in the air. You got it and fly back home. And I say, you lie, devil. You lie. And one stormy night, he came out with me, and I looked, and there was Goody Good.
Sarah Good.
Aye, sir, and Goody Osborne.
I knew it. Goody Osborne would midwife to me 3 times. I begged you not to call him Thomas, did I not? I begged you not to call Osborne. I always feared to lay my baby shrivel in her hands.
Tituba, you must have no fear to tell us all of their names. How can you bear to see these children suffering? Look at them. Look at their God-given innocence. Their souls are so tender, and the devil is out and preying on them like a beast upon the flesh of the pure lamb. And God will thank you for your help, Tituba.
I want to open myself. I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of Jesus. I danced for the devil. I saw him. I wrote in his book. I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil. I saw George Jacobs with the devil. I saw Biddy Howe with the devil.
He speaks. He speaks.
I saw her with the devil. I saw Hillary with the devil. Goody Simmons. I saw Goody Gretel with the devil. I saw Mr. Martin with the devil. I saw Mr. Smith with the devil. I saw Goody Porter with the devil. I saw with the devil.
What keeps you so late? It's almost dark.
I will plant far at the forest edge.
Oh, you're done then.
I farm seated. Boys asleep.
They will be soon.
Right now for a fair summer.
I
Are you well today?
am. It is a rabbit.
Oh, is it? In Jonathan's trap.
No, she came into the house this afternoon. I found her sitting in the corner like she'd come to visit.
Oh, it is well seasoned.
I took great care. She's tender.
I think we'll see green fields soon. It's warm as blood beneath the clouds.
That's well.
If the crop is good, I'll buy George Jacobs' heifer. How would that please you?
It would.
I mean to please you, Elizabeth.
I know it, John.
Besides,
I.
farm's a continent where you go foot by foot dropping seeds in.
It must be.
On Sunday, let you come with me. We'll walk the farm together. I've never seen such a load of flowers on the earth. Massachusetts is a beauty this way.
Aye, it is.
I think you're sad again. Are you?
You've come so late, I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why, I have no business in Salem.
You did speak of going earlier this week.
I thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
What? Why'd you let her? You heard me forbid her go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop
It is
her.
a fault. It is a fault, Elizabeth. You're the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you?
It is a mouse no more. I forbid her go, and she raised her chin like the daughter of the prince, and say to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I am an official of the court.
Court? What court?
I am the proper court they have now. They send 4 judges out of Boston, waiting magistrates of the general court, and at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Why, she's mad.
Over to God she be. There will be 14 people in jail now, and they'll be tried. And the court have power to hang them too, she said.
They never hang.
John, the courts promise hanging if they do not confess. Abigail speaks. Mary Warren speaks to Abigail as though she were a saint to hear her. She says she brings the other girls from the court, and where they walk, the crowd parts like the sea for Israel. And if Abigail scream and howl and fall to the floor, they're clapped in jail for bewitching her.
Oh, it's a black mischief.
I think you should go to Salem, John. I think you should, and tell them that it is fraud.
Aye. It is. It is surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well. Tell him what she said to you in her uncle's house last week. She said it had not to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye. She did. She did.
God forbid you keep this from the court, John. I think they must be told.
Aye. They must. They must. It is a wonder that they do believe her.
I would go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Good then, let you think on it.
I'm only wondering how I may prove what she's told me. If the girl's a saint now, I think it not easy to prove she's fraud. And the town gone so silly. I told it to her in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her.
For a moment alone, aye.
Why then it is not as you told me.
For a moment, I say.
Do
The
as
others
you
come
wish.
in soon after.
Do as you wish then.
Woman, I'll not have your suspicion anymore.
I'll
not have it.
Then let you not earn it.
You doubt me yet.
I see what I see, John.
You will not judge me more. Elizabeth, I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I will think on it. Let you look to your own improvement before you go to judge your husband anymore. I have forgot Abigail.
And I-
Spare me. You forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. I have gone tiptoe in this house all 7 months since she's gone. I have not moved from there to there without I look to please you, and still, an everlasting funeral marches around your heart. I cannot speak, but I am doubted every moment, judged for lies, as though I come into court when I come into this house.
John, you are not open with me. You say you see her with a crowd, and
I'll
now-
plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth. No more! I should have roared you down the moment you first told me your suspicion, but I wilted. And like a Christian, I confessed. Some dream I had must have mistaken you for God that day, but you're not. You're not. Let you remember it. Let you look for the goodness in me and judge me not.
I do not judge you, John. It is the magistrate that sits on your heart that judges you. I never thought you but a good man, only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer. How do you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I'll whip you if you ever dare leave this house again.
I am sick. I am sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray hurt me not. My insides are all shuddering. I have been in the proceedings all day,
And
sir.
what are the proceedings here? When you proceed to keep this house as you're paid £9 a year to do, and my wife not wholly well.
I have made you a gift today, Mr. Proctor. I have spent long hours in the chair and passed the time in sewing.
Why, thank you. It is a fair puppet.
We must all love each other now, Mr. Proctor.
Aye, indeed we must.
I'll get up early in the morning and clean the house. I must sleep now.
Mary, is it true there be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There'll be 39 now.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang! Hang, you say! And the deputy governor will permit it.
You send, sir. You must. When not Sarah, good for Sarah, confess, you see.
Confess to what?
That she sometimes made a compact with Lucifer, and signed her name in his black book with her blood, and bound herself to torment Christians until God's thrown down, and we must all worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabberer she is. Did you tell them that?
Mr. Proctor, in open court, she nearly choked us all.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Oh, Mary, Mary,
She tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
I have never heard you mention that.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come into the court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she sleeps in ditches and so very old, and but then she sit there, denying and denying it. I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin on my skull begin to creep and clamp around my neck, and I cannot breathe. But then I hear a voice. A screaming voice, and it were my voice. And then all at once I remember everything she had done to me.
Why? What did she do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor. She went to this very doorway and bread, and a cup of cider, and marked this whenever I turned her away empty. She mumbled.
Mumble. She may mumble hungry.
But what does she mumble, Goody Proctor? You must remember it. A month ago, a Monday, I think. When she walked away, I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
Why, I do, I think, but...
Look at Judge Hathorne, and he asked her so. Goody good, says he. What curse do you mumble that this girl may fall sick after turning her away empty? She replies, Aye, Excellence. No curse at all. I only say my commandments. I hope I may say my commandments, says she.
And that's an upright answer.
Aye, but then Judge Hathorne say, Goody good. Recite for us your commandments. And out of all 10 of them, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments. They had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her?
Why, they must when she condemned herself.
But the proof, the proof!
I told you the proof. It is hard proof. Hard as rock, the judge said.
You'll not go to that court again, Mary Warren.
I must tell you, sir, I will be gone every day. I am amazed you do not see what weighty work we do.
What work you do? It's strange work for a Christian girl to hang old women.
They'll not hang if they confess. Sarah Good will only sit in jail for some time. And here's a wonder for you. Think on this. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? That woman isn't even 60.
They had Dr. Briggs examine her, and she's full to the brim and smoking a pipe all these years, and no husband either, but she's safe, thank God, for will not hurt the innocent child. But be that not a marvel? You must see it, sir. It is God's work with you, so I'll be gone every day. I'm an official of the court, they say.
I'll official you.
Not stand my whipping anymore. The devil is loose in Salem, and you must
I'll
find out.
whip the devil out of you!
I saved your life today.
I am accused.
Or someone mentioned. What I said in no personal, no sign, you ever sent your spirit to hurt no one. Seeing as I do live so close to you, they dismissed me.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law, I cannot tell it. I'll hope you'll not be so sarcastical with me. 4 judges and the king's deputy sat down to dinner with us but an hour ago. I'll have you speak civilly with me from this out.
Go to bed.
I'll not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I am 18, and a woman, however, single.
Do you wish to sit up? Then sit up!
I wish to go to bed!
Good night, then!
Good night!
Oh, the noose is up. The noose is up.
There'll be no news.
You heard what she said. I knew it would come to this all week.
They dismissed it. You heard her say.
And what of tomorrow? She will cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John, and you know
I say, sit down. Now, we must be wise.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
I'll go to Ezekiel Chiba. I'll tell him she said it raw sport.
John, with so many in the jail now, I think more than that is needed. Favor me with this. Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John, read me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There is a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. And she may dote on it now, I am sure she does. And thinks to kill me and to take my place. There be 1,000 names. Why does she call mine? I am no goody good that sleeps in ditches, nor Osborne drunk and half-witted. How dare she call it such a farmer's wife? But there be monstrous profit in it. She thinks to kill me and to take my place, John.
She cannot think.
John, have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? She cannot pass you in church and will blush.
I may blush for my
And
sin.
I think she sees another meaning in this.
And what see you? What see you, Elizabeth?
I think you'd be somewhat ashamed. For I am there, and she is so close.
When will you know me, woman? Why, I thought I would have cracked for shame this 7 months.
Then go and tell her that she's a whore. Whatever promise she makes, break it, John, break it.
Good then. I'll go.
Oh, how unwillingly.
I will curse her harder than the oldest sinner in hell. Fear not. But pray you, begrudge me not my anger.
Anger, I
Woman,
ask.
am I so base? Do you truly think me so base?
I never called you base.
Then how do you charge me with such a promise? A promise a stallion give a mare. I gave that girl.
Then why do you anger with me when I bid you break
Because
it?
it speaks deceit. And I am honest. But I'll plead no more. I see now that your spirit wraps around the single era of my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free when you come to know that I am your only wife, or no wife at all. She has an arrow in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it. Good evening.
Why? Mr. Ham, good evening. Come in.
I hope I do not startle you. No, it's only we heard no words. You are Goodwife Proctor.
Hi, Elizabeth.
I hope you're not off to bed yet.
No. We're not used to visitors after dark, but you're welcome here. Will you sit, Mr. Ham?
I let you sit, Goodwife Proctor.
Will you drink cider?
No, it rebels my stomach, and besides, I have some further traveling yet tonight. Sit you down, sir. I will not keep you long, but I have some business to discuss with you.
Business of the court.
No, I come of my own without the court's authority. Hear me. I know not if you are aware, but your wife's name is mentioned in the court.
We know it, sir. Our Mary Warren told us. We're entirely amazed.
I'm a stranger here, as you are aware, and in my ignorance, I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of those who come accused before the court. So this afternoon and now tonight, I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house, and God forbid such a one be charged. She is, however, mentioned. Surely you cannot believe that Rebecca trusts with the devil. Woman, it is possible.
Surely you cannot think.
These are strange times, mister. No one may longer doubt the powers of the dark that are gathered in monstrous attack upon this village. There's too much evidence to deny it. Will you agree, sir?
I have no knowledge in that line, but I find it hard to think so pious a woman be secretly a devil's bitch after 70 years of such good prayer.
Aye, but the devil is a wily one. But she's far from accused, and I know she will not be. I've come, however, to put some question to the Christian character of this house, if you'll permit me.
We have no fear of questions.
Good then. In the book of record that Mr. Paris keeps, it said that you're rarely in church on Sabbath day.
No, you are mistaken.
26 times in 17 months, I should call that rare. You tell me why you're so absent.
Mr. Hale, I was not aware I must account to that man before I come to church or stay at home. My wife was sick this week.
So I am aware, but sir, why could you not come alone?
I surely did when I could, and when I could not, I prayed in this house.
But your house is not a church. Your theology should tell you that.
It does, sir. It does. It also tells me that a minister may pray to God without he have golden candlesticks upon the altar.
What golden candlesticks?
Since we built the church, there were pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse made them, you know. Sweeter hand never touched the metal. Paris come, and for 20 weeks he preached nothing but golden candlesticks till he had them. I labored the earth from dawn of day to a blink of night, and I tell you true, when I look to heaven and see my money glaring at his elbows, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer. I think sometimes the man dreams cathedrals, not clabbered meeting houses.
And yet, sir, a Christian on Sabbath day must be in church. Now tell me, you have 3 children.
Aye, boys.
How come it that only 2 are baptized?
I think not that Mr. Parrish should lay a hand on my baby. I see no light of God in that man. I'm not concealing.
Mr. Proctor, I do have to
What's
say
your
that...
suspicion, Mr. Hale?
Suspicion? I have no
I nailed the
suspicion.
roof upon that church. I hung the door.
Did you? That's a good sign then.
It may be I've been too quick to put that man to book, but you cannot think we ever desire the destruction of religion in this house. I think that's on your mind, is it not?
It is, sir. There's a softness to your record, sir. A softness.
Maybe we have been too harsh with Mr. Harris, but you surely never loved the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Goody Proctor?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life. I am a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, mister?
I'm sure I do.
I'll let you repeat them then.
The commandment.
Aye.
Thou shalt not kill.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt honor thy father and mother. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You've said that twice, sir.
I.
Adultery, John.
I. See, between the 2 of us, we do know them all. I think it'd be a small fault.
Yet, sir, theology is a fortress. No crack in a fortress may be accounted small.
There be no love for Satan in this house.
I pray dearly. I wish you good night then.
Mr. Hale, I do think you suspected me somewhat.
I do not judge you, Goody Proctor. My duty is to add what I will to the godly wisdom of the court. I pray you both good health and good fortune. Good night, sir.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no witness for it, nor can I prove it except my word be taken. I know the children's sickness had not to do with witchcraft.
Not to do with...
Mr. Parrish discovered them in the woods, sporting. They were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail?
Aye.
Abigail Williams told you it had not to do with witchcraft.
She told me the day you came, sir.
Why did you keep this?
I had no idea until tonight the world had gone daft with this nonsense.
Nonsense! Sir, I have myself examined Tituba and Sarahgood and numerous others who have confessed to dealing with the devil. They've confessed it.
And why not? If they must hang for denying it, there are them that will confess to anything before they'll hang. Did you not think of that?
I surely have, sir, and you would testify this in front of the court.
I had not reckoned with going to court, but if I must, I will.
You falter then.
I falter nothing. I may wonder if my story will be credited in such a court. I do wonder. For a minister as steady-minded as yourself would suspicion a woman that has never lied. She cannot lie. The world knows she cannot lie. I may falter, mister. I am no fool.
Proctor, let you open with me now, for I have heard a thing that discomforts me. I have heard that you hold the belief that there are not witches in the world.
I know not what I have said. I may have said. I have wondered if there be witches in the world.
Yet, do you believe that
I
there are witches in
have
the...
no knowledge of it. The Bible speaks of witches. I do not deny it.
And you, woman?
I cannot believe it.
You cannot.
Elizabeth, you bewilder him.
I cannot think that the devil may own a woman's soul, sir, when she has kept an upright way as I have. I am a good woman, and I know if you believe that I must do only good deeds in the world and be secretly bound to Satan, I must tell you, sir, I cannot believe it.
But do you not believe that there are witches in the world? That...
If you think that I am one, then I say that there are none.
But you surely do not fly against the
She
gospel.
believes in
The
the
gospel.
gospel, every word of it.
Question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
She did not mean to doubt the gospel. So you cannot think it. This be a Christian house. A Christian house.
I pray dearly. Let the third child be quickly baptized. Let you go each Sunday into Sabbath prayer, and let you keep a solemn, quiet way about you. I think that if you do this, then
John!
Guys, what's the matter?
They take my wife and Rebecca Nurse.
Rebecca's in the jail.
John, Cheever come and take her in his wagon. We've only now come from the jail and will not even let us in to see
They
them.
surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hale, can you not speak to the deputy governor? I'm sure he mistakes these people.
Pray calm yourself, Mr. Nurse.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hale. And Martha Corey, there cannot be a woman closer yet to God than Martha.
What complaint was made on your wife, Mr. Nurse?
For murder, she's charged. For the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Believe me, if Rebecca Nurse be tainted, that left nothing left to stop the whole green world from burning. Rest upon the justice of the court. The court will send her home. I know it.
You cannot mean she will be tried in court.
How may such a woman murder children?
Man, remember that until an hour before the devil fell, God thought him beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife were a witch, sir. I only said she were reading books.
What exact complaint were made on your wife, Mr. Corey?
It's that bloody mongrel Walcott charger. You see, he bought a pig on my wife 4 or 5 years ago, and the pig died soon after. So he came dead in it for his money back. So my Martha, she says to him, Walcott, if you haven't the wit to feed a pig properly, you'll not live to old men, she says. Now, he goes to court and claims that from that day to this, he cannot keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks because my Martha has bewitched them with her books.
Good evening. Good evening to you, John Proctor.
Why, Mr. Chief, good evening.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Mr. Hale.
I will become out of business of the court.
I do, Proctor. I'm a clerk of the court now, you know.
It's a pity, Ezekiel, that an honest tailor who might have gone to heaven must burn in hell. You'll burn for this, do you know it?
You know yourself I must do as I'm told. You surely know that, Giles. And I believe that you not be sending me to hell. I like not the sound of it, I tell you. I like not the sound of it. Now, believe me, Proctor, how heavy the law be and all its tonnage I do carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
Let's see. A warrant for my wife. You said she was not charged.
I knew nothing of it. When was she charged?
I'm given 16 warrants tonight, sir, and she is one.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams charged her.
Abigail Williams. On what proof? What proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I'd like not to search your house. So, will you hand me any poppets that your wife may keep here?
Poppets.
I haven't kept no poppets since I was a girl.
I spy a poppet, Goody Proctor.
Oh, why, this is Mary's.
Will you please give it to me?
Has the court discovered a text in poppets now?
Do you keep any others in this house?
No. No, this one until tonight. What signifies a poppet?
Why, they say it makes signify that she... Now, woman, will you please to come with me?
She will not. Let's marry me.
No, I'm forbid to leave her from my sight.
You will leave her out of sight and out of mind. Let's marry me.
What signifies a poppet, Mr. Cheever?
Why, they say it may signify... Why,
What's that?
Why, it is a needle. Willard, it is a needle.
And what signifies a needle?
Why, this go hard with her, Proctor. I have my doubts, Proctor. I have my doubts with this calamity. You see it, sir. It is a needle.
What meaning has it?
The girl, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She sat to dinner tonight in Reverend Parris's house. Without word nor warning, she falls to the floor like a struck beast, he said, and screams a scream that a bull would weep to hear. And he goes to save her and stuck 2 inches into the flesh of her belly to draw a needle out. And demanding of her how she come to be so stabbed, she testifies your wife's familiar spirit pushed it in.
Why? She's done it herself. I hope you're not taking this as proof, Mr. Hare.
'Tis hard proof. I find here a poppet, Goody Proctor keeps. I have found it, sir. And in the belly of the poppet, a needle stuck. I tell you true, Proctor, I've never warranted to see such proof of hell, and I bid you obstruct me.
Why here? Mary, how did this poppet come into my house?
What poppet's that, sir?
This poppet. This poppet.
I think it is mine.
It is yours, is it not?
It is.
And how did it come into this house?
Why, I made it in court and give it to Goody Proctor tonight.
Now, sir, do you have
Mary Warren, a needle has been found inside this poppet.
Why, I meant no harm by it,
it?
sir.
You mean you pushed the needle in yourself?
I believe I did, sir.
What say you now?
Child, Are you sure this be your natural memory? Perhaps someone even now conjures you to say this.
Conscious me? When I'm entirely myself, I can let you answer Dana Walker. She sat beside me when I asked Abby. Abby Stone so
Bid him be gone, mister. Your mind is surely settled. Bid him out.
What signifies a needle? Mary Warren, you charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail Williams.
Murder? I charge no murder.
Abigail has been stabbed tonight. A needle has been found stuck in her belly.
And she accuses me.
Why, that really is murder. She must be ripped out of the world.
You heard that, sir. Ripped out of the world. Willard, you heard it.
Out with you.
Proctor, you dare not touch that
Out with
warrant!
you.
You ripped the deputy governor's warrant,
Get
man!
the deputy governor out of my house.
Mr. Proctor.
Get you gone with her. You are a broken minister.
Mr. Proctor, she's innocent.
She is innocent. Why is it never one to embarrass me, innocent, or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born this morning as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are what we always were in Salem, but now all the little crazy children are jangling the keys to the kingdom, and common vengeance writes the law. This warrants vengeance. I'll not give my wife to vengeance.
I'll go with them, John.
You will not.
John, I have 9 men outside. The law binds me.
You would see her naked.
Proctor, the
God
court
is
is
just
just.
private. God will not let you wash your hands of it.
I think I must go with them, John. Mary, there is bread enough for tomorrow morning. You must bake in the afternoon. Help Mr. Proctor as though you were his daughter. You owe me that, and much more. When the children may speak nothing of witchcraft, it will only frighten you.
I will bring you home. I will bring you soon.
Bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean on that court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
I will fear nothing. Tell the children I have gone to visit someone sick.
Willard, don't chain her, man. Samuel, I'm not having her chained.
And yet, silent minister, it is fraud. You know that it is fraud. What keeps you, man?
I'll pay you. Willard, I was surely
In
thinking.
God's name, John, I cannot help myself. I must chain them all. Now, pray, keep inside until I'm gone. Man, are you blind?
Mr.
Out of
Proctor.
my sight.
Charity. Proctor, Charity. What I have heard in her defense, I will not fear to testify in the court. God help me. I cannot judge her innocent or guilty. I know not. Only this consider. The world goes mad. You profit nothing. You lay the cause to the vengeance of a little girl.
You are a coward. Though you be ordained in God's own tears, you are a coward now.
Proctor, I cannot think God be provoked so greatly by such a petty cause. The jails are packed. Our greatest judges sit in Salem now, and hangings promised. Man, we must look to cause proportionate. Were there murder done, perhaps it never brought to light abomination, some secret blasphemy that stinks to heaven. You must think on cause, man, and let you help me discover it. For there is your way when the world is struck with such confusion. There is your only way, believe it. Let you counsel among yourselves. Think on your village and what may have drawn from heaven such thundering wrath upon you all. Shall pray God open up our eyes.
I never heard no murder done in Salem.
Leave me, Francis. Leave me.
John, tell me, are we lost?
Go home, lad. We'll speak on it tomorrow.
I'll let you think on it. We'll come early, eh?
Aye. Go now, John.
Good night.
Mr. Proctor,
very likely they'll let her come home once they're given proper evidence.
You will come with me to that court, Baron. You will tell it to the court.
I cannot charge murder on
You
Abigail.
will tell them who brought that puppet here and who stuck the needle in it.
She'll kill me for saying that. Abigail charged lechery on you.
She's told you?
I know. She'll ruin you, but I know she will.
Good then. Her saintliness is done with. We'll slide into our pit together. You will tell them what you know.
I cannot do it.
My wife will not die for me. I will bring your guts into your mouth, but that goodness will not die for me.
I cannot do it.
Make your peace! Heaven and hell grapple on our backs, and all our old pretenses ripped away. Make your peace!
I cannot!
Peace! It is a providence and no
You
great
cannot
change. We are what we always were,
I will
but
not.
naked now. I'm naked!
Never!
And the wind,
Never!
God's icy
I
wind
cannot
will
do it.
blow.
Yes, yes. Nate is out as we speak as one of the she is in, I don't know, she'll be in the play as well, so tell her she should write something for the plays they have. Yes, I guess that. But you know, it's then they have to put up send it in. Wow. So you have well, we're happy probably to get this summer, nothing bigger this fall, but you know, so you've got pops coming up and everything for the family. Yeah, yeah. And Owen's on that. That takes out. Now, are you enjoying your work here? God, they forget. Of course, with this age, maybe 10 years ago, know it even more. But they have the basics. But that's why what makes this play out it's because it does teach them something. For them, you guys are not getting to characters trying to set you. And that's what I guess the purpose of the program is also to really teach them things. Yes, yes, we get me. Yeah. Yes. I'm so glad I got to see you. I wasn't sure exactly what the backstage afterwards.
Yeah. And I'll see Karen tomorrow.
Best wishes. Well done.
Yeah, thank
Well
you.
done.
Thank you.
I just didn't see anybody back there. Abigail, will you sit?
How do you come?
Friendly.
I don't like the woods at night. Pray you stand closer. I knew it must be you. When I heard the pebbles on the window, before I opened my eyes, I knew. I thought you'd come a good time sooner.
I thought to come many times.
Why didn't you? I'm so alone in the world now.
Are you? I hear people ride 100 miles to see your face these days.
Aye, my face. Can you see my face?
In your trouble.
Have you come to mock me?
No, but I hear only that you go to the tavern every night and play shovelboard with the deputy governor, and they feed you cider.
I have once or twice played the shovelboard, but I have no joy in it.
This is a surprise, Abby. I thought to find you gayer than this. I'm told a troop of boys go step for step with you wherever you walk nowadays.
Aye, they do. But I have only lewd looks from the boys.
You like that now?
I cannot bear lewd looks no more, John. My spirit's changed entirely. I ought be given godly looks when I suffer for them, as I do.
Oh, how do you suffer, Abby?
Why, look at my arm. I'm holes all over from their damn needles and pins. The jab your wife gave me is not healed yet, you know.
Oh, it isn't.
I think sometimes she pricks it open again while I sleep.
Ah.
And George Jacobs, he comes again and again and raps me with his stick in the same spot every night, all this week. Look at the lump I have.
Abby, George Jacobs is in the jail all this month.
Thank God he is. And bless the day he hangs and lets me sleep in peace again. John, the world's so full of hypocrites. They pray in jail. I'm told they all pray in jail.
They may not pray.
And torture me in my bed while sacred words are coming from their mouths. Oh, it will need God himself to cleanse this town properly.
Abby, you think to cry on still others.
If I live, if I am not murdered, I surely will, until the last hypocrite is dead.
And there's no one good.
There is one. You are good.
Am I? How am I good?
Why, you taught me goodness. Therefore, you are good. It were a fire you walked me through, and all my ignorance was burned away. It were a fire. John, we lay in fire. And from that night, no woman dare call me wicked anymore. But I knew my answer. I used to weep for my sins when the wind lifted up my skirts and blushed for shame because some old Rebecca called me loose. And then you burned my ignorance away. As bare as some December tree, I saw them all, walking like saints to church, running to feed the sick, and hypocrites in their hearts. And God gave me strength to call them liars. And God made men to listen to me. And by God, I will scrub the world clean for the love of him. Oh, John, I will make you such a wife when the world is white again. You will be amazed to see me every day, a light of heaven in your house. Why are you cold?
My wife goes to trial in the morning, Abby.
Your wife.
Surely you knew it.
I do remember it now. Is she well?
As well as she may be 36 days in that place.
You said you came friendly.
She will not be condemned, Abby.
You brought me from my bed to speak of her.
I came to tell you, Abby, what I will do tomorrow in the court. I would not take you by surprise, but give you all good time to think on what to do to save yourself.
Save myself.
You do not free her tomorrow, Abby. I'm set and bound to ruin you.
Ruin me?
I have brought you proof in documents that you knew the Papa were none of my wives, and you bade Mary Warren.
I bade Mary Warren.
You know what you do. You're not so mad.
Oh, hypocrite. Have you won him too? John, why do you let them send you?
I warn you.
They send you. They steal your honesty.
I have found my honesty.
No. This is your wife, please. pleading, your sniveling, envious wife. This is Rebecca's voice, Martha Corey's voice. You are no hypocrite.
I will prove you for the fraud you are.
And when they ask you why Abigail would ever do so murderous a deed, what will you tell them?
I will tell them what?
What will you tell? You will confess to fornication in the court.
You will have it, so I will tell it. I say I will. If you can still hear this, can you hear? You will tell the court you are blind to spirits, you cannot see them anymore. And you will never cry witchery again, or I will make you famous for the whore you are.
Never in this world! I know you, John! You are this moment singing secret hallelujahs that your life will hang!
You man, you murderous bitch!
Oh. How hard it is when pretense falls. But it falls! It falls! You have done your duty by her. I hope it is your last hypocrisy. I pray you will come again with sweeter news for me. I know you will, now that your duty's done. Good night, John. Fear not. I will save you tomorrow. From yourself, I will save you.
Now, Martha Corey, there is abundant evidence in our hands to show that you've given yourself to the reading of fortunes. Do you deny it?
I'm innocent to a witch. I know not what a witch is.
How then do you know you're not a witch?
If I were, I would know it.
Why do you hurt these children?
I do not hurt them. I scorn it. I have evidence for the court. Evidence.
You will
I have
keep your
evidence.
seat.
Thomas Putnam was reaching out for land.
How dare you come roaring into this court? Have you gone daft, Corey?
You're not a Boston judge yet, Hawthorne. You'll not call me daft.
Who is this man?
Giles Corey, sir, and a more contentious.
I am asked the question, and I am old enough to answer it. My name is Corey, sir. Giles Corey. I have 600 acres of timber in addition. It is my wife who will be condemned.
And how do you imagine to help her cause with such contemptuous riot? Now be gone. Only alone can stay out of jail for this.
Your Excellency, they're telling lies about my wife.
Then you take it upon yourself to decide what this court shall hear and what it shall set aside.
Your Excellency, we mean no disrespect.
Disrespect indeed. It is disruption. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. Do you know it?
Your Excellency, I only said she'll read the books, sir, and then come and take her out of my house.
What?
This is my third wife, sir. And I've never had no wife so taken with books, you understand, sir. And I thought I'm the cause of it, you see, but it were no witch I blamed her for. I broke charity with a woman, sir. I broke charity with her.
Excellency, he claims hard evidence for his wife's defense. I think in all
Let us
justice...
submit his evidence in proper affidavit. You are certainly aware of our procedure here, Mr. Hand. Clear this room.
Please, sir, we are desperate. We come here 3 days now and cannot be heard.
Who is this man?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
His wife's Rebecca that were condemned this morning.
Indeed, I'm amazed to find you such uproar. I have only good report of your character, Mr. Nurse.
I think they both must be arrested and
Let
condemned.
you write your plea, and in due time I will...
Excellency, we have proof for your eyes. God forbid you shut them to it. The girls, sir, the girls are frauds.
What's what?
We have proof of it, sir. They're all deceiving you.
This is contempt, sir.
Peace,
Contempt.
Judge Hawthorne. Do you know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
I surely do, sir. I think you must be a wise judge to be
And do you know that nearly 400 people are jailed from Marblehead to Lynn upon my signature, and 72 condemned to hang by that signature?
I never thought to say it to such a weighty judge. But you are deceived.
Mary Warren, what are you about here?
You would speak with the deputy governor. Did you not tell me Mary Warren were sick in bed?
Aye, sir, when I went to fetch her last week, she said she was sick.
She's been struggling with her soul all week, Your Honor.
Who is
She
it?
comes now to tell the truth.
Who is this? Della Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware of this man, Your Excellency. This man is missing.
I think you must hear the
Please.
girl, sir.
What would you tell us, Mary Warren? She never saw no spirits.
But never saw no spirits.
She signed
No,
depositions.
no, I accept no depositions. Mister, have you given out this story in the village?
We've not.
They've come to overthrow the court.
I
Your Honor.
pray you, Mr. Barris. Do you know, Mr. Proctor, that the entire contention of the state in these trials is that the voice of heaven is speaking through the children?
I know that.
And you, Mary Warren, how came you to cry out people for sending spirits against you?
It were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense. He said.
Ah, and the others, Susanna Walcott and the other girls, they're also pretending.
Aye, sir.
Indeed. Now, Mr. Proctor, before I decide whether or not I shall hear you, it is my duty to tell you this. We burned a hot fire here. It melts down all concealment. Are you certain in your conscience, mister, that your evidence is the truth?
It is. You surely know.
Then I take it you came here to declare a revelation in the open court before the public.
I thought I would. I give permission.
Now, sir, what is your purpose in doing so?
Why, free my wife.
That there lurks nowhere in your heart nor hidden in your spirit any desire to undermine the court.
Oh, why, no, sir.
Indeed. Now, Mr. Proctor, I should tell you this. I've seen marvels in this court. I've seen people choked by spirits before my eyes. I've seen people stuck by pins and slashed by daggers. I have until this moment not the slightest reason to suspect why these children may be deceiving me. Do you understand my meaning?
Excellency. Does it not strike upon you that so many of these women have been so long with such an upright reputation?
Do you read the gospel, Mr.
I
Proctor?
read the gospel.
I think not, or you should surely know that Cain were an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel.
Aye. God tells us that. But who tells us that Rebecca Nurse murdered 7 babies by sending her spirits on them? It is the children alone, and this one will swear she lied to you.
Judge Hawthorne.
Aye, she's the one.
Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sends a claim in which she states that she is pregnant now.
By what? Pregnant.
There be no sign of it. We examined her body.
Well, if she says she's pregnant, then she must be. That woman will never lie, Mr. Danforth.
She will not?
Never.
Now, Mr. Proctor, I should tell you, if I have her kept another month and she begins to show her natural signs, you shall have her living yet another year until she is delivered. What say you? Come then. You say your only purpose is to save your wife. She is saved at least this year. A year is a long time. What say you? It is done now. Will you drop this charge?
I think I cannot.
Then your purpose is so much larger.
He's come to overthrow this court, Your Honor.
These are my friends. They're
I
wives.
judge you not, sir. Sit down. I am ready to hear your evidence.
I come not to overthrow the court.
Marshal, go into the court and bid Judge Snowden and Sewell recess for an hour, and let them go to the taverns if they will. All prisoners and witnesses are to be kept in the building.
Sir, if you'll forgive me, I've known him all my life. He was a good man.
I am sure of it, Marshal. Now then, mister, what other information do you have for us? And I beg you to be as clear, open as the sky, and honest.
I have no lawyers.
There's
so
a pure in heart need no lawyer. Proceed as you will.
Will you read this first, sir? It's a sort of testament. The people signing it declare their good opinion of Rebecca and my wife and Martha Corey.
Their good opinion.
These are covenanted people. Landholding farmers, members of the church. If you'll notice, sir, they've all known the women many years and never saw no sign they had dealings with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
Mr. Danforth, I gave them all my word. No harm would come to them for signing this.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Is every defense an attack upon the court? Can no one...
All innocent and Christian people are happy for the courts in Salem. These people are gloomy for it, and I think you want to know from each and every one of them what discontents them.
I think they ought to be examined, sir.
It is not necessarily an attack, I think, yet.
These are all covenanted Christians,
Then
sir.
I'm sure they have nothing to fear. But, Mr. Cheever, have the warrant struck for all of them. Arrest for examination. Now, mister, what other information do you have for us? You may sit, Mr. Nurse.
I have brought trouble upon these
No, old man, you have not hurt these people if they are of good conscience. But you must understand, sir, that a person is either with the court or counted against it. There be no road between. We live no longer in the dusty afternoon when evil mixes itself with good and befuddled in the world. Now by God's grace, this shining sun is up, and let them that fear not light will surely praise it. I hope you will be one of those. Oh, she's not hard yet.
No, she's not. Now, Mary, remember the angel Raphael, what he said to the boy Tobias. Do that which is good, and no harm will come to thee.
Come, man, we wait you.
John, my deposition. Give him.
This is Mr. Corey's deposition.
Oh. What lawyer drew this, Corey?
You know I never hired no lawyer in my life, Pop.
It is very well phrased. My compliments. Mr. Paris, if Mr. Putnam is here, bring him in. You say you have no legal training, Mr. Corey?
I have the best. I am 33 times in court, and always plaintiff too.
Oh, then you're much put upon.
I am never put upon. I know my rights, sir, and I will have them. Your father tried a case of mine once. Might be 35 years ago, I think.
Indeed.
He never spoke to you of it?
No, I cannot recall it.
That's strange. He gave me £9 damages. You were a fair judge, your father. You see, I had the right to—
Giles Corey, what treachery is this?
There he is!
Mr. Putnam, I have here an accusation by Mr. Corey against you. He claims that you coldly prompted your daughter to cry witchery upon George Jacobs that is now in jail.
It's a lie!
Oh, Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say you?
A fart on Thomas Putnam. That is what I say to that.
But what proof do you submit for your charge, sir?
My proof is there. If Jacob hangs, he forfeit up his property. That's the law. And there is none but Putnam with a coin to buy so great a piece. This man is killing his neighbors for the land.
But proof, sir, proof.
My proof is there. I had it from an honest man the day his daughter cried out on Jacob's. He said she should give him a fair gift of land.
And the name of this man?
What name?
The name of the man that gave you this information.
Why? I cannot give you his name.
And why not?
Well, you know well why not. He'll be in jail if I give his name.
This is contempt of court, Mr. Danforth.
You will surely tell us the name.
I will not give you no name, sir. I've mentioned my wife's name once, and I'll burn in hell long enough for that. I stand mute.
In that case, I have no choice but to rescue contempt of this court. You know that.
Ah, but this is a hearing. You cannot clap me for contempt of a hearing.
Oh, it is a proper lawyer. Do you wish me to declare full session in the court, or will you give me a good reply?
I cannot give you no name, sir.
You are a foolish old man. Mr. Cheever, begin the record. The court is now in full session. I ask you, Mr.
Your
Court.
Honor, he has his story in confidence, sir, and he knows—
The devil lives on such confidences. Without confidences, there would be no conspiracy.
Oh man, if your informant tells the truth, let him come here openly like a decent man. But if he hides in anonymity, I must know why. Now, the government and the Central Church demand of you of the name of him who reported Thomas Putnam as a common murderer.
Excellency,
Mr. Hale.
we cannot blink it more. There's a prodigious fear of this court in the country.
Then there is a prodigious guilt in the country. Are you afraid to be questioned here, Mr. Hale?
I may only fear the Lord, but there is a prodigious fear in the country nevertheless.
Reproach me not with fear in the country. There's fear in the country because there's a moving plot to topple Christ in the country.
But it does not follow that everyone accused is part of it.
No uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None. Mr. Corey, you are under arrest in contempt of this court. Now sit you down and take counsel with yourself until you decide to answer all questions.
No, Giles.
I'll cut your throat, Putnam. I'm killing the ice.
Giles, peace. We'll prove ourselves. Now, we will.
Say nothing more, John. He's only playing you. He means to hang us all.
This is a court of law, Mr. Lau. No effrontery here.
Forgive him for his old age. Peace, Giles. We'll prove it all. Now, we will. You cannot weep, very warm. Remember the angel, what he said to the boy. Hold to it now. There's your rock. This is Mary Warren's deposition. I would ask that you remember while you read it, sir, that until 2 weeks ago she was no different than any of the other children are today. You saw her scream, she cried, she swore familiar spirits choked her. She even testified that Satan, in the form of women now in jail, tried to win her soul away. And when she refused—
We know all of this.
Aye. She swears now she never saw Satan, nor any spirit, vague or clear, that Satan may have sent to harm her, and declares her friends are lying now.
I think this goes to the heart of the matter, Sir Excellence.
It surely does.
I cannot say he's an honest man. I know him little, but in all justice, sir, a claim this weighty cannot be argued by a farmer. I pray you stop here, send him home, and let him come again with a lawyer.
Now look you, Mr. Hale.
I have signed 72 death warrants. I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take a life without there be proof so immaculate, no slightest qualm of conscience may doubt it.
Mr. Hale, you surely do not doubt my justice.
I have this morning signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurse. I'll not conceal it, my hand shakes yet, as with a wound, but I beg you, sir, this argument let lawyers present to you.
Mr. Hale, believe me, for a man of such terrible learning, you are most bewildered. I hope you forgive me. I've been 32 year at the bar, and I should be confounded were I called upon to defend these people. Let you consider now, and I bid you all do likewise. In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls up witness to prove its innocence, but witchcraft is ipso facto on its face by its nature an invisible crime. Therefore, who may possibly be a witness to it? The witch and the victim, none other. Now, we cannot hope that the witch will accuse herself, granted. Therefore, we must rely upon her victims, and they do testify, the children do testify. As for the witches, none deny that we are most eager for their confessions. So, therefore, what is left for a lawyer to bring out? I think I have made my point, have I not?
But this girl claims that her friends are lying now.
That is
If
precisely
they are,
what I am about to consider. What more do you ask of me? Unless you doubt that probity.
I surely do not, sir. Now you consider it then.
And let you put your heart to rest. For deposition, Mr. Proctor.
Your Honor, I would like
I
to...
bid you be silent, Mr. Paris. Over there. Mr. Cheever, will you bring the children here? Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor threatened you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No,
Has he
sir.
threatened you?
No, sir.
Then you came into my court, callously lying, when you people came by your evidence? Answer me!
I did, sir.
How were you instructed in life? Do you know God damns all liars, or is it now that you lie?
No, sir. I am with God now.
You're with God now.
Aye, sir.
I should tell you this. You are either lying now, or you are lying in the court, and in either case you committed perjury and will go to jail for this. You cannot lightly say you lied. What say you to that?
I cannot lie no more. I am with God. I am with God. Ruth Putnam is not in the court, sir, nor the other children.
These will be sufficient. Sit you down, children. Your friend, Mary Warren, has given us a deposition in which she swears that she never saw no spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She also claims that none of you have seen these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law. The law based upon the Bible, and the Bible, written by Almighty God, forbid the practice of witchcraft and describe death as a penalty. But likewise, children, the law and the Bible damns all liars and bearers of false witness. Now, it does not escape me that this deposition may be devised to blind us. It may well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends us here to distract our sacred purpose. If so, her neck will break her. But if she speaks true, I bid you now, children, drop your guile and confess your pretense, for quick confession will go easier with you. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Now, children, a very auger bit will be turned into your souls until honesty is proved. Will either of you change this position, or do you force me to hard questioning?
I have not to change, sir. She lies.
Would you still go on with it?
Aye, sir.
A poppet were discovered in Mr. Proctor's house, stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren claims that you sat next to her when she made it, and that you saw her make it, and witnessed that she herself put the needle into it for safekeeping. What say you to that?
It is a lie, sir.
When you worked for Mr. Proctor, did you see any poppets in the house?
Goody Proctor always kept puppets.
Your Honor, my wife never kept no puppets. Mary Warren confessed it were her puppet.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Cheever,
when I spoke with Goody Proctor in that house, she said she never kept no puppets, but she did say she kept puppets when she were a girl.
She's not been a girl these 15 years, Your Honor.
But a poppet will keep for 15 years, will it not?
It will keep if it is kept. But Mary Warren swears she never saw no puppets in my house, nor anyone else.
Why could there not have been puppets hid, where no one ever saw them?
There may be also 2 golden candlesticks in my house, but no one ever saw them there.
We are here, Your Honor, to discover precisely what no one has ever seen.
What may Mary Warren profit by turning herself about? What may she gain but hard questions and work?
if you're charging Abigail Williams with a marvelous cool plot to murder, do you understand that?
I do, sir. I believe she means to murder.
This child, you murder your wife?
It is no child, hear me. In the sight of the congregation, she were twice this year thrown out of the meeting house for laughter during prayer.
What's this? Laughter during prayer.
That's
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I do believe it happened once. She's sometimes silly, but she's solemn now.
Now she is solemn. I go to hang people.
Quiet, man.
But surely, sir, this have no bearing on the question. He charges contemplation of murder.
Aye, but it strikes hard upon me that you will laugh during prayer. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Now, Mary, tell the deputy governor how you danced in the woods.
Excellency, since I come to say it,
Wait a
it's
moment,
ruining
sir.
my...
What is this dancing?
Mr. Proctor,
Abigail leads the children to the woods, and they've danced there naked.
Your Honor, this...
Mr. Paris discovered them there in the dead of night. There's the child she is.
Mr. Paris.
I can only say, sir, that I've never found any of them naked.
But you discovered them dancing in the woods. Abigail.
Your Excellency, when I first arrived here from Beverly, Mr. Paris told me that.
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I do not, but I've never seen any of them naked.
Would she have danced?
Aye, sir.
Excellency, will you permit me?
Pray, see.
You say you never saw no spirits, Mary, were never threatened or afflicted by any manifest of the devil or the devil's agent.
no, sir.
And yet, when people accused of witchery confronted you in court, you would faint, saying their spirits had come out of their bodies to choke you.
It were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, sir.
But you did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times, and your skin was icy to the touch. Mr. Danforth,
I saw that many times.
She only pretended to faint, Your Excellency. They're all marvelous pretenders.
Then, can she pretend to faint now?
Now,
why not? Now that there are no attacking spirits, since none in this room are accused of witchcraft, let her turn herself cold now. Let her pretend she is attacked now, and let her faint. Faint!
Faint?
Aye, faint! Prove to us how you pretended in the court so many times.
I cannot do it now, sir.
you cannot pretend it.
I have no sense of it.
Why? What is lacking now?
I cannot tell it,
What
sir.
might it be? Then here, we have no afflicting spirits in the... But in the court, there were some.
I never saw no spirits.
Then sue no spirits now, and prove to us that you can faint by your own will as you claim.
I cannot do it.
Then you will confess, will you not? Attacking spirits made you to faint.
No, sir.
Your Honor, this is a trick to blind the court.
No, it's not a trick. I used to faint because I thought I saw
You thought you
spirits.
saw them.
But I did not, sir.
How could you think you saw them, unless you saw them?
I cannot tell it, sir, but I heard the other girls screaming, and you, Your Honor, you seemed to believe them, and it were only sport in the beginning, but then the whole world cried, spirits, spirits, and I promise, Mr. Danforth,
To God, every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on them that take life without cause. Is it possible, child, that the spirits you have seen are illusion only, some deception that may have brought you?
Why, this is a base question,
I would
sir.
have you consider it, child.
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. because I done my duty pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward? To be mistrusted, denied, questioned,
I do not
let
mistrust
you beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits? Beware of it.
What is the child?
I know not. A wind, a cold wind has come.
Abby, Your Honor, I freeze!
They're pretending.
Mary, do you send this shadow on me?
Lord, I freeze! I freeze! Abby, don't do that!
Very ward, do Richard. I say to you, send your spirit out.
Oh, Heavenly Father, take away the shadow!
Man, what do you think you are saying? You charge nothing.
Margaret, I shall suck
You will prove that this will not pass.
I have known her. I have known her, sir. I have known her in the proper place. When my beasts are ready. 8 months now, sir. In his 8th month, she used to serve me in my house. A man may think God sleeps, but God sees everything. I know it now. I beg you, sir. I beg you, see her what she is. My wife, my dear, good wife, took this girl soon after and put her out on the high road and be what she is, a lump of vanity. Sir, Excellency, forgive. Forgive. She thinks to dance with me on my wife's grave. And while she might rise out of her softly, God, help me, I must it. And there is promise in such sweat, but it is a fool's vengeance. You must see it now. I set myself entirely in your hands. You must see it now. My wife is innocent, but she knows a whore when she see one.
You deny every scrap and tittle of this.
If I must answer that, sir, I will leave and not come back
She
again.
does not deny, Your Excellency. She does not deny.
You will remain where you are. Sit you down. Mr. Paris, go into the court and bring your wife Proctor here and tell her not one word of what's been spoken here, and let you knock before you enter. Now, we shall touch the bottom of this swan. Your wife, you say, is an honest woman?
Of her life, she has never lied. Then they cannot sing, and then they cannot weep. My wife cannot lie.
And she, when she put this girl out of your house, she put her out for a harlot.
Aye.
And knew her for a harlot.
She knew her for a harlot.
Indeed. And if she tell me, child, if it were for harlotry, may God spread his mercy on your soul. Oh! Turn your back. Turn your back! You do likewise. Now, let neither of you turn to face Goody Proctor. No one in this room is to speak one word or raise a gesture, aye or nay. Enter. Repeat the testimony in all exactness. Are you ready, Mr. Cheever?
Ready, sir.
Come here, Lord. You are to look at me only, not at your husband, in my eyes only.
Good, sir.
We are given to understand that at one point you dismissed your servant Abigail Williams.
That is true, sir.
For what cause did you dismiss her?
She...
Look at me! You are to look at me only, not at your husband. The answer is in your eyes, and you will have no help to give it to me. Why did you dismiss her?
She dissatisfied me, and my husband.
In what way did he satisfy you?
She were
But look at me!
Your Honor, in that time, I was sick. And my husband is a good and righteous man. He is never drunk, as some are, nor wasting time in the shovel board, but always at his work. But I was sick a long time after my last baby, and I thought I saw him somewhat turn from me. And this girl...
Look at me!
I, sir, Abigail Williams.
What about Abigail Williams?
I came to think he fancied her, and so one night I lost my senses, I think.
Your husband, did he indeed turn from you?
My husband is a goodly man, sir.
So he did not turn from you? Look at me! To your own knowledge, has your husband ever committed the crime of lechery? Answer me! Is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove her. Elizabeth, tell the truth. She has spoken. Remove her.
Elizabeth, I confess to it. I'm sorry.
She'll leave up to save my name.
Excellency, it is a natural lie to tell. I beg you stop here before another is condemned. I may shut my conscience to it no more. Private vengeance is running through this testimony. From the beginning, this man has struck me true. I believe him now. By my oath to heaven, I believe him, and I beg you call his wife back in here.
She has spoken nothing of lechery, and this man lies.
I believe him. I cannot turn my face from it more. This girl has always struck me false. She has always... She will not! Be gone! Be gone, I say!
What is the child? Child! Girls, why do you...
Why? Why do you call me yellow bird?
Where's a bird? I see no bird.
My face. My face.
Mr. Hay, quiet! Quiet!
But God made my face. You cannot want to tear my face. Envy is a deadly sin, Mary. Abby! Oh, Mary, this is a magic art to change your shape. No, I cannot. I cannot stop my mouth. It's God's work I do. Abby, I'm here!
Mr. Danforth, they're pretending.
Oh, Mary, please don't come down! Her Lord, she's drinking her blood! Mary, please don't hurt me! I'm not hurting her!
Why does she see this vision?
You cannot believe
She
that.
sees nothing! She sees nothing! Abby, you mustn't! Abby, you mustn't! Abby, I'm here! I'm here! Abby, I'm here! I'm here!
Everyone, draw back your spirits out of them.
Mr. Danforth! Mr. Danforth!
Have you come back with the devil? Have you?
Never, never! Never, never!
Why can they only repeat you? Give me the whip. I'll stop it.
They're sporting! They're sporting! Abby, stop it! Abby, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
A while ago you were afflicted, now it seems like you afflict others. Where did you find this power?
I have no power!
Why did you turn about this past 2 weeks? You've seen the devil, have you not?
Mary, goddamns all liars.
Can you hear me? I say you hang if you do not open with me. Do you know who I am? I say you hang or you confess.
Goddamns all liars, Mary. Mary, remember the angel. What he said.
She's spreading her wings! Oh, Mary, please don't jump! She's going to come down! She's walking the big lookout! She's coming down! You're the devil's man! I'll not hang with you anymore! I love God! I love God!
He beat you through the devil's work?
He come at me by night and every day. To sign. To sign.
What?
The devil's book, you
My name. You want my name? I'll murder you. If my wife Nancy said we must go and overthrow the court.
Mr. Hay!
He waked me every night and his eyes were like coals and his fingers claw my neck and I sighed. I sighed.
Excellency, the child has gone wild.
No, I love God. I'd go your way no more. I love God. I bless God, Abby. Oh, Abby. I'll never hurt you more.
What are you? You are combined with Antichrist, are you not? I see your power. You will not deny it.
This is not witchcraft, Your Excellency. These girls are frauds.
I love nothing.
You condemn an honest man.
Do you confess you're something foul with color? You keep your black allegiance, yet what say you?
I say,
God is dead.
Hear it, hear it!
A fire is burning. I hear the boot of Satan. I see his filthy face, and it were mine, and yours, Danforth. For them that quail to bring men out of ignorance, as I have quailed, as you quail now, when you know in all your black hearts that it will be fraud. God damns our kind especially, and we will burn. We will all burn.
Marshal, take him, Corey, and Martha into the jail.
I denounce these proceedings. I quit this court.
You are pulling down heaven, and you are raising up a whole...
Mr. Head! Mr. Head! Sarah, wake up. Sarah Good. Tituba, wake up.
Oh, Majesty, come in, come in. Tituba, he's here. His Majesty's come.
Now, both of you, go to the north cell. This place is wanted.
That don't look to me like His Majesty. That looked to me like the Marshal.
Now, both of you, clear this place. Come along.
Oh, is it you, Marshal? I thought for sure you'd be the devil coming for us. Could I have a sip of cider for me going away?
Where are you up to, Sarah?
We going home. Soon the devil gets here with the feathers and the wings.
A happy voyage to you.
A pair of bluebirds' wings suddenly, the two of us. I'll be a grand transformation, Marshal.
You best give me that back or you'll never rise off the ground.
I'll speak to him for you if you desire to come along, Marshal.
I not refuse it, Tituba. It is the proper warning. Fly to hell.
Oh, it ain't no hell back home. The devil, him be in pleasure there back home. He be singing and dancing round. You folks, you rouse him up round here. It be too cold round here for that old boy. He frees his soul in Massachusetts. But back home, he's just sweet and... Yes, sir, it's him, Sarah.
I'm here, Majesty. The deputy governor.
Now, that's your cue. Come on.
No, he ain't coming for me. No, I'm just going home.
That ain't Satan, that's just a poor old cow with a head full of milk.
Take me home, devil, take me home. Take me home.
Good morning, Your Excellency.
Where's Mr. Paris?
I'll fetch him.
Marshal, when did Reverend Hale arrive?
We're towards midnight, I think.
What is he about here?
He goes and he prays with those who will hang. He's with Rebecca Nurse now and Mr. Paris.
Indeed, that man have no authority to enter here. Marshal, why do you let him in?
Why, Mr. Paris commanded me, sir. I cannot deny him.
Are you drunk, Marshal?
No, it's a bitter night and I have no fire.
Fetch Mr. Paris to me.
I see.
There is a prodigious stench in this place.
Well, I've only just now cleared out the people for you.
Beware our drink, Marshal.
I see.
Let you question Hale, Excellency. I should not be surprised he had been preaching in Andover lately.
We'll come to that. Speak nothing of Andover. Paris prays with them. That's strange.
I think sometimes Paris is a mad look these days.
Oh, mad?
I saw him coming out of his house yesterday, and I bid him good morning, and he wept and went his way. I think it is not well the village see him so unsteady.
Perhaps he had some sorrow.
I think it'd be the cows, sir.
The cows?
There'd be so many cows wandering the high roads now that their masters are in the jails, and much disagreement who they will belong to now.
I know Mr. Parrish be arguing with farmers all yesterday. There was great contention, sir, about the cows. Contention make him weep. Sir, it were always a man that would weep for contention.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming. I beg your pardon.
Reverend Hale have no right to enter this.
Excellency, a moment.
What is his business? Love of prisoners.
What is his business here?
Excellency, hear me. It is a providence. Reverend Hale has returned to bring Rebecca Nurse to God.
But he bids her confess?
Hear me. Rebecca had not given me a word these 3 months, and now he sits with her and her sister, Martha Corey, and 2 or 3 others, and he pleads with them, confess their crimes, and save their lives.
Why, this is indeed a providence. And they soften?
Not yet. But I thought to summon you, sir, that we might think on whether it be wise to... There is news, sir, that the court must reckon with. My niece, I believe she is vanished.
Vanished?
I thought to inform you of it earlier in the week.
Why? How long is she gone?
This be the 3rd night, sir. Mercy Lewis is gone too.
I'll send a search party for them. Where may they be?
I think they be aboard a ship, Your Excellency. My daughter tells me now she heard them last week speaking of ships, and tonight I discover my strong box is broke into.
She have robbed you?
31 pounds is gone. I am penniless.
Mr. Parrish, you are a brainless man.
Excellency, it profits nothing that you should blame me. I cannot think any reason they would run away, except they fear to keep in Salem any longer, since the news of Andover is
Andover is remedied. The court will return on Friday and will resume examination.
I am sure of it, sir, but the rumor here speaks rebellion in Andover.
There is no rebellion in Andover.
I tell you what is said here, sir. Andover have thrown out the court, they say, and will have no part of witchcraft. There be a faction here feeding on that news. And I tell you true, sir, I fear there will be riots.
Riot? Why, at every execution, I've seen nothing but the highest of satisfaction in this town.
Judge Hathor, it were a different sort that hanged till now. Rebecca Norris is no Bridget that lived 3 years with Bishop before she married him. John Proctor is no Isaac Ward that drained his family to ruin. Let Rebecca stand upon that gibbet and send up a righteous prayer, and I fear she'll wake a vengeance on you.
Excellency, she's
Pray
condemned
you.
to the bridge, the courthouse.
How do you propose then?
I would postpone these hangings.
There will be no postponement.
Now Mr. Hale's return, there is hope, I think. For if he brings even one of these to God, that confession surely damns all the others in the public eye, and none be doubt more that they are all linked to hell. This way, unconfessed and claiming innocence, doubts are multiplied. Many honest people will weep for them, and our good purpose is lost in their tears.
Mr. Schubert, give me the list.
It cannot be forgot, sir, that when I summoned the congregation for John Proctor's excommunication, there were hardly 30 people come to hear it. That speak of discontent, I think.
There will be no postponement.
Excellency.
Now, which of these, in your opinion, may be brought to God? I myself will strive with him until dawn.
There is not sufficient time.
I shall
to
do
resolve.
my utmost. Which of them do you have hope for?
Excellency, a dagger.
What do you say?
This morning, when I opened my door to leave my house, a dagger clattered to the ground. You cannot hang this sword. There is danger for me. I dare not step outside at night.
Accept my congratulations, Reverend Hale. We are glad to see you return to your good work.
You must pardon them, they will not budge.
You misunderstand, sir. I cannot pardon these when 12 are already hanged for the same crime. It is not just.
Rebecca will not confess?
The sun will rise in a few minutes. Excellency, I need more
Now
time.
hear me and beguile yourselves no more. I will not hear a single plea for postponement or pardon. Them that will not confess will hang. 12 are already executed, and the names of these 7 are given now, and the village expects to see them die at dawn. Postponement now speaks of floundering on my part. Reprieve or pardon must cast doubt upon the guilt of them that died till now. While I speak God's law, I will not crack its voice with whimpering. If retaliation is severe, know this. I should hang 10,000 that dare to rise against the law, and an ocean of salt tears could not melt the resolution of the statutes. Now draw yourselves like men, as you are bound to do by heaven. Have you spoken with them all, Mr. Hale?
All but Proctor, he's in the dungeon.
What is Mr. Proctor's way now?
He sits like some great bird. You'd not know he'd lived, except he takes food from time to time.
His wife must be well on with the child now.
I know she is.
You have closer knowledge of this man, Mr. Ferris. Might her presence soften him?
It is possible, sir. He have not laid eyes on her this 3 months. I should summon her.
Is he yet adamant? Has he struck at you yet?
He cannot. He's chained to the wall now.
Bench, good wife Proctor to me. Then let me bring it in.
I think.
Excellency, you postpone a week and publish to the town that you're striving for their confession. That speak mercy on your part, not faltering.
Mr. Hale, as God have not empowered me like Joshua to stop the sun from rising, so I cannot withhold them from the perfection of their punishment.
If you think that God wills you to raise rebellion, you are mistaken, Mr. Danforth.
You heard rebellion spoken in Salem?
Excellency, orphans wander from house to house. Abandoned cattle bellow on the high road. The stink of rotting crops hangs everywhere, and no man knows when the harlot's cry will end his life. And you wonder if rebellion's been spoke. Better yet, you should marvel how they do not burn your province.
Mr. Hale, have you preached in Andover this month?
Thank God they have no need for me in Andover.
You baffle me, sir. Why have you returned here?
Why, it is simple. I come to do the devil's work. I come to counsel Christians to belie themselves. There's blood on my head. Can you not see the blood on my head?
Hush. Goody Proctor, I hope you are pardoned.
I am yet 6 months before my time.
But pray, be at ease. You come not for your life. You... But, Mr. Hale, will you speak with the woman?
Goody Proctor, your husband is marked to hang this morning.
I have heard it.
You know, do you not, that I have no connection with the court. I come of my own, and I mean to save your husband's life, for if he is taken, I would count myself his murderer. Do you understand me?
What do you want of me?
Goody Proctor, I have gone these past 3 weeks like our Lord into the wilderness. I have sought a Christian way, for damnation is doubled on a minister who counsels men to lie.
It is no lies. You cannot speak of lies.
It is a lie. They are innocent.
No more. No more. I'll hear no more of that.
Let you not mistake your duty as I mistook my own. I came to this village like a bridegroom to his beloved, bearing gifts of the high religion, the very crowns of holy law I brought. And what I touched with my bright confidence, it died. And where I turned the eye of my great faith, blood flowed up. Beware, Goody Proctor. Cleave to no faith when faith brings blood. It is mistaken law that leads to sacrifice. Life, woman, life is God's most precious gift. No principle, however glorious, may justify the taking of it. I beg you, woman, prevail upon your husband to confess. Let him give his lie. Quail not before God's judgment in this, for it may well be God damns a liar less than he who throws his life away for pride. Will you plead with him? I cannot think he will listen to another.
I think that be the devil's argument.
Woman, before God's laws we are as swine. We cannot read his will.
I cannot deceive you, sir. I lack learning.
Goody Proctor, you were not summoned here for disputation. Either know wifely tenderness within you. He will die at sunrise. Your husband, what say you to that? Do you understand it? Will you contend with him? Are you stoned? I tell you, true woman, had I no other proof of your unnatural life, your dry eyes would be sufficient evidence that you delivered up your soul to hell. A very ape would weep at such calamity. Have the devil dried up any tear of pity in you? Take her out. It profit nothing she should speak to him.
Let me speak with him, Excellency.
You'll strive with him?
Will you plead for his confession, or will you not?
I promise nothing. Let me speak with him.
Pray leave them, Excellency.
Mr. Proctor, You've been notified, have you not? I see light in the sky, mister. Let you counsel with your wife, and may God help you turn your back on hell.
If you desire a cup of cider, Mr. Proctor, I'll lead you now.
Aye. Child.
8 rows.
And the boys.
They're well. Rebecca Daniels was that.
Not seen them.
I have not.
You are a marvel, Elizabeth. They come for my life now.
I know it.
None have yet confessed.
There be many confessed.
Who are
There be 100 or so. Isaiah Goodkind is one, Rudy Ballard is one. There be many.
And Rebecca?
Not Rebecca. She will not confess. She is 1 foot in heaven now. Not may hurt her more.
And Giles?
Have you not heard?
I hear nothing where I'm kept.
Giles is dead.
When will he hang?
He were not hanged, for he would not answer aye or nay to his indictment, for they'd surely hang him and auction out his property. So he stood mute and died Christian under the law. It is the law, for they cannot condemn him a wizard if he does not answer aye or nay.
And how does he die?
They press him, John.
Press.
They lay great stones upon him until he answers aye or nay. They say he gave them but 2 words. More weight, and died.
More weight.
It was a fearsome man, Giles Corey.
I've been thinking I would confess to them. What say you, if I give them that?
I cannot judge you.
What would you have me do?
As you will. I would have it, but I want you living, that's sure.
Giles' wife. Has she confessed?
She will not.
It is pretense, Elizabeth.
What is?
I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint. It is a fraud. I'm not that man. My honesty's broke, Elizabeth. I am no good man. Nothing spoiled if I give them that lie that will not rot long before.
And they will not confess until now. That's be goodness in you.
Spite. Spite only keeps me silent. It's hard to give a lie to dogs. I would have your forgiveness, Elizabeth.
It is not for me to
I would
give.
have you see some honesty in it. Let them that never lie die now to keep their souls. It is pretense for me. A vanity that will not blind God nor keep my children out of the wind. What say you?
It is not that I should forgive you. Will you forgive yourself? It is your soul, John. Only know this, for I know it now. You will do as a good man does it. I have read my heart this 3 months. I have sins of my own to count. It takes a cold wife to prompt lecture.
Enough. Enough.
It's better that you should know.
I'll not hear it. I know you.
You take my sins upon you.
No, I take my own. My own.
I counted myself so plain, so poorly made, no honest love would come to me. Suspicion kissed you when I did. I knew not how to show my love. It were a cold house that I kept.
What say you, Proctor? The sun is soon up.
Do as you will, but let none be your judge. For there is no higher judge under heaven than Proctor is. Forgive me, John. I never knew such goodness in the world.
I want my life.
Will confess yourself?
I will have my life.
God be praised! It is a providence. He will confess. Proctor will confess.
Why must you pray? It is evil. Is it not? It is evil.
I cannot judge you.
Then who will judge me? God in heaven. What is John Proctor? What is John Proctor? I think it is honest. I think so. I'm no saint. Let Rebecca go like a saint. For me it is fraud.
I am not your judge, John.
Would you ever give them such a lie? Tell me, would you ever give them this?
No. If tongues of fire were singeing you, you would not. It is evil. Good then, it is evil, and I do it.
Praise to God, man! Praise to God! You shall be blessed in heaven for this. Oh, well, come then. Are you ready, Mr. Cheever?
Why must it be written?
Why, for the good instruction of the village, this we shall post upon the church door. Now, Mr. Act, will you speak slowly and directly for the point of Mr. Cheever's sake? Did you ever see the devil in your life? Come then, there is light in the sky. The town waits at the scaffold. I will give out this news. Did you see the devil?
I did.
Praise God!
And when the devil come to you, what were his demands? Did he bid you do work upon the earth?
He did.
And you bound yourself to his service? Ah, Rebecca nurse, come in, woman.
Ah, John. You are well in egg.
Courage, man, courage. Let her take good witness of your example, that she may come to God herself. Now, say on. You're a good nurse. Did you bind yourself to the devil's service?
Why, John?
I did.
Now, you surely see it profit nothing to keep this conspiracy any further, Rebecca. Do you confess yourself to him?
Oh, John. God send his mercy on you.
Take her out! I say you confess yourself to Rebecca nurse.
Why? It is a lie. It is a lie. How may I damn myself? I cannot.
Mr. Proctor, when the devil came to you, did you see Rebecca nurse in his company? Come, man, take her. Did you see her with the devil?
No.
Did you see her sister Mary Easty with the devil?
No, I did not.
Did you see Martha Corey with the devil?
I did not.
Did you ever see anyone with the devil?
I did not.
Proctor, you mistake me. I am not empowered to trade a life for a lie. You've most certainly seen some person with the devil. Now, a score of people have testified that they've seen this woman with the devil.
Then it is proved. Why must I say it?
Why must you say it? Why? You should rejoice to say it if your soul is purged of any love for hell.
They think to go like saints. I like not to spoil their
Mr.
name.
Proctor, do you think they go like saints? Now look you, sir. I think you mistake your duty. It matters nothing what she thought. She's convicted of the unnatural murder of the children, and you for sending spirit out upon Mary Warren. Your soul is the issue alone here, and will prove its whiteness, or you cannot live in a Christian country. Now, will you tell me what persons conspired with you in the devil's company? To your own knowledge, has Rebecca nurse ever...
speak my own sins. I cannot judge another. I have no tongue for it.
Excellency, it is enough he confess himself. Let him sign it. Let him sign it.
It is a great service, sir. It is a weighty name. It will strike hard upon the village that he confess. I pray you let him sign it. The sun is up, Excellency.
Come back. Sign your testimony. Mr. Cheever, take it to him.
You have all witnessed it. It is enough.
You will not sign it.
You have all witnessed it. What need is this?
Do you swear with me? I say you will sign it, or there's no confession. Your second name then.
Praise be to the Lord!
Please, sir.
No.
Mr. Proctor, I must have...
No. I've signed it. You have seen me. It is done. You have no need for this.
Proctor, the village must...
Damn the village! I confess to God, and God has seen my name on this. It is enough.
No, sir, it is not
You
enough.
came to save my soul, did you not? Here. I have confessed myself. It is enough.
You have not confessed.
I have confessed myself. Is there no good penitence but it be public? God does not need my name nailed upon the church. God sees my name. He knows how black my sins are. It is enough.
Mr. Proctor,
You will not use me. I am no Sarah Good or Tituba. I am John Proctor. You will not use
I
me.
do not wish to use you.
I have 3 children. How may I teach them to walk like men in a world where I sold my friends?
You have not sold your friends.
I am not. I blacken all of them when this is nailed to the church the same day they hang for silence.
Mr. Proctor, I must have good and legal proof that
You are the High Court. Your word is enough. Tell them I confessed myself. Say Proctor broke his knees and wept like a woman. Say what you will, but my name will not be used.
It is the same, is it not, if I report it or you sign to it?
No, it is not the same. What others say and what I sign to is not the same.
You mean to deny this confession when you are
I mean to deny nothing.
Then explain to me why you will not let me.
Because it is my name. Because I cannot have another in my life. Because I lie and sign myself to lies. Because I am not worth the dust on the feet of them that hang. How may I live without my name? I've given you my soul. Leave me my name.
Is this document a lie? If it is a lie, I will not accept it. What do you say? I say you will hang. You do not open with me. I do not pull you from the rope anymore. What way to go, mister? Marshal.
Proctor, Proctor!
Man, you cannot, you will hang.
Pray God to speak some goodness for me. Show them no tear. Give them a heart of stone and sink them with it.
Let you fear nothing. There is another judgment that waits us all.
Hang them high over the town for whoever weeps these weeps for corruption. Take them.
Calm down, man.
I have not had my breakfast.
Hey, Proctor, go to him. There is yet time. Proctor, Proctor!
Woman, plead with him. It is pride. It is vanity. Be his helper. What profit him bleed? Shall the dust praise him? Shall the worms declare his truth? Go to him and take his shame away.
He have his goodness now. God forbid I take it from him.